Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit, educational, or personal use, tips a balance in favor of fair use. Okay, you guys. This comes from MalasiaEconomicTimes.com. So apparently, America and other countries need some coaching on how to take down a dangerous cult that hurts children, embezzles money, commits fraud, and all types of other crimes. Malaysia knows how to do it. Inside Malaysia's House of Horror, dark secret of child abuse, cult allegations, and a $75 million scandal. Updated October 23rd, 2024. Synopsis. Boy, that print is small. Malaysian police exposed a conglomerate involved in child abuse, child abuse, and money laundering, LAPD. Over 400 children were rescued and 415 people arrested. Imagine that, you guys. Authorities froze assets. Just think how fast they could do that with Scientology. With the snap of a finger from certain individuals, it could happen. Authorities froze assets and seized properties. Imagine that, you guys. Connected to Global Ikhwan Services and Business, CISB. Investigations revealed links to deviant teachings. Well, you guys know they're very religious in Malaysia. And militant indoctrination, like Scientology, cadet orgs, Children in the Sea org. Further probes continue into the company's international operations. A Malaysian conglomerate under investigation for child abuse and money laundering eluded authorities for years. What does that sound like? By hiding behind a thriving global Islamic business network. Freedom of religion. According to police and the company's now offline website. Horrific allegations of child sexual assault. Isn't it funny how children continue to get SA'd in these religions? Child sexual assault, LAPD. Came to light in September when police first rescued more than 400 youngsters from care homes. Care homes, you guys know. Operated by Global Ikhwan Services and Business, GISB. They all do the same thing. Malaysian Police Chief Rozaruddin Hussein has said that at least 13 youngsters under 17 suffered sexual abuse in what the media has dubbed as the House of Horror. You guys know what's going on, right? I do. I can't talk about it. The group ran more than 100 care homes. Care homes. Do you guys see the connections? Just like foster homes. Group homes for children in America and the UK. Wiki. In the Muslim-majority Southeast Asian nation, where children as young as 1 year old were housed. They basically exploit religious belief. Familiar. A lot of cults operate like this. It's a form of social engineering. It's a form of social engineering. They know what's up, don't they? Munira Mustafa, Executive Director of Security Consultancy, Chesur Group in the capital, Kuala Lumpur, told AFP. Sounds like an Indian name, doesn't it? It's just them being very adept at leveraging the potential vulnerabilities that exist in society. Listen closely, you guys. It's as simple as that, she added. Apparently, they got brain cells in Malaysia. Lots of them. A total of 625 children. So you're telling me out of 625 children, only 13 were essayed? Come on now. 625 children have been rescued, while 415 people have been arrested in large-scale police raids that crippled the company's businesses. LAPD, how about that? Instead of taking money from Scientology, you should be arresting them. Isn't that wild? The firm's chief executive, Nasiruddin Ali, was charged on Wednesday, along with his wife, Azura Yusuf, and 20 senior leaders with being members of an organized crime group. Racketeering, anyone? Organized crime group. Several other people have been charged with criminal intimidation and child abuse. Here that would be threats and intimidation. You know, like the fair gaming policy in Scientology, the child labor in Scientology, the child physical abuse in Scientology, the child neglect in Scientology. Authorities have seized properties and frozen bank accounts. See, watch. All these police forces, FBI, Department of Justice, this is how you do it. I mean, in case maybe you guys need a little prompting. Authorities have seized properties, and frozen bank accounts. Frozen bank accounts. That means you don't get paid from them. Crazy. Related to GISB, worth nearly $4.6 million. They have also opened probes into 23 properties. 23 properties, Scientology. Worth $12.11 million across 10 countries. Scientology. Police said investigations into money laundering, deviant religious teachings, well, that wouldn't fly. That wouldn't fly here. But, I mean, they're definitely guilty of numerous crimes. And militant indoctrination. Yeah, like cadet orgs, like Delphi Academy, where there's a current sex abuse investigation, sex abuse of children, that was reported. Nobody did anything about it, which they should be arrested. It's called aiding and abetting, LAPD. And Delphi Academy, what's the other ones? The ABC school. All the schools that Scientology have, very militant. We're ongoing. And the Scientology parents are fine with that. They don't have any problems. GISB initially denied allegations following the raids. Don't they always? In Selangor and the nearby state of Negeri Sembilan. Nasiruddin later acknowledged in a Facebook post, because that's what people do now, that 1 or 2 sodomy cases had taken place at the shelters, while denying that abuse was widespread. Of course, they always do, don't they? Imagine a child going through that. It's bad enough when an adult goes through it, but a child? I know what punishment they should have. Defense lawyer Rasli Kamarudin said he would ask the Attorney General to either review or drop Wednesday's charges. Global Business Network, from its headquarters in a quiet suburb, GISB wove a web of businesses in 20 countries. Sound like Scientology? Including Australia, China, France, and the United Kingdom, according to its website, which is no longer accessible. Wouldn't that be nice if Scientology's websites would be seized by the government? Due to crime and criminal behavior. The businesses targeted Muslim customers of GISB's network of supermarkets, restaurants, and travel agencies. Before the scandal, the company had assets totaling $75.6 million, the website showed. I do have to wonder, where does that money go? You guys know where it goes. Just founded in 2010, GISB has long been controversial for its links to the now defunct Al-Qaeda sect facing scrutiny by religious authorities in Malaysia. Now, clearly, we can't have that in America. We don't do that. But all the other criminal behaviors needs to be addressed. And law authorities, police agencies, governmental agencies should be taking notes on how they did it, in my opinion. Al-Qaeda, founded by the late Ashari Muhammad in 1968, was banned by the authorities in 1994 for deviant teachings. See, I don't want to keep repeating myself. In 2011, GISB members set up an obedient wives club. Kind of reminds me of child brides, doesn't it? Tell me that doesn't remind you guys of child brides in Scientology. Or all the guardianships, the parents handing their children over to guardians they've never met. It's very similar. Subservience, obedience, pedophilia. In 2011, GISB members set up an obedient wives club that called on women to be I don't know if I can say this, but WHORES in bed to stop their husbands from straying. Wow. Misogyny. It's just everywhere, Ashari's daughter, Kaula, who is also a GISB member, said the group has eschewed anti-Islamic practices. Malaysia's Home Minister Saifuddin Nasution Ismail told Parliament this month that practices related to the banned teachings are still being carried out by those we have apprehended and investigated. Of course it is. Children in the welfare homes run by GISB were subjected to severe punishments, just like Mormons, right? Just like the children in Scientology, with all the ethics handlings and the physical beatings that nobody's doing anything about. Such as humiliating exercises. Like ethics handlings? Like making children stand on a fence for hours? Like they did at the Lower Ranch when Nathan Rich was there in Scientology? Children in the welfare homes, okay, I already read that, not 100 but 500 times if they did not queue properly when waiting for food. Sick. Saifuddin said. Religious Affairs Minister Mahad Naeem Mokhtar said GISB members believe they would be blessed in the afterlife for their faith in Ashari, who died in 2010. You guys, tell me that doesn't remind you of all these fools talking about LRH policies. It's the same thing. If you guys don't understand that all of these models are created from the same people, I really don't know what to tell you. I can't get too deep into it because they get mad when you talk about it. They practice seeking blessings from Allah through water used to wash the hands, tissues and cloths of leaders, as well as the water used to soak their clothes, hair, beard, and the blood from the cupping of leaders and former leaders. That's magic, you guys. Naeem said in Parliament. That's black magic. Just look it up. Followers who leave the group are barred from meeting their family members. Isn't that great, you guys? Where have we seen that before? They're all built on the same models. Naeem said, it's to divide. Followers are asked to sacrifice, of course they are, and toil and hardships without pay for the benefit of GISB. Scientology, anyone? Children of God? Jehovah's Witnesses? Come on, you guys. Can't see it's all like designed? While the leaders live in luxury, fully supported by the organization. Of course. Like David Miscavige and who's the other guy? The PR guy they have now? Jennifer, all those people. Meanwhile, rescued children were... Let's see what happens to the children, too. You guys know. Meanwhile, rescued children were reportedly exposed to videos with militant themes, leaving police to investigate GISB for extremist indoctrination. I believe part of the reason that they went in is this group was posing a threat to their government. Just my hunch. Singapore-based terrorism expert Rohan Gumatrana told AFP that if religious extremism is not controlled, let's just take religious out of there. Because extremism can be applied anywhere. Extremism is not controlled. It leads to violence and terrorism. Do you guys think it is an accident that they're always using the same words? Go look them up in classic gematria. Wakey, wakey. Okay, I always think that's weird when they just stop the article like that and then go into another one. So I will leave the link in the description box. Like and subscribe if you choose. Otherwise, have an amazing day or night wherever you are. Peace.